Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to flight number 27 of Fire Talk Radio. You will notice that the cabin is a little slim today. We have removed the overhead bins, so please make sure that you keep a tight hold on your luggage. Unfortunately, budget has been cut a little bit, so we are back to Diet Fresca. We do still have stroopwafels. So, that being said, sit back, relax, and enjoy your flight.
I can only count to four. I can only count to four. I can only count to four. I can only count to. I can only count to four.
No,
I
Ryan.
can only
Stop it.
count to four.
Stop
I
it.
can only
Stop it.
I forgot to hit the button again. Sorry. God damn it.
Ladies and
It's been a
gentlemen,
while.
welcome to episode number 27 of Fire Talk Radio. Ryan, what are we talking about today?
Oh, we're gonna make fun of some Catholic people because they messed up the we for the I and messed up everybody's baptisms.
So we're talking about Nintendo.
No, we're talking about the Catholic Church.
Okay.
Wait, they've gone with the whole interactive sports thing now?
Yeah, man.
Um,
We're doing Wii tennis. Let's go.
We bowling.
So,
And then I do want to get back to Whoopi because the last show we were supposed to talk about Whoopi Goldberg.
yeah.
And forgot. So we're gonna get to that because that was the only thing I really wanted to get to from last episode. I really want to figure out what the hell the Taylor Swift course is for NYU is all about. I don't know how she's a college course. And Bank of America turned into Chase by stealing somebody's money and running with it. So
There we go. And Ginger's making a Minecraft blanket.
Yeah, well, kind of. It does. It does kind of look like it. Yeah, it's for
And you're making
my
a creeper
friend's son.
blanket, is what you're doing.
Yeah,
Is what I'm seeing
it's
here.
all
my,
different.
my kid would honestly love that. He would go nuts.
I make blankets for like everybody. I was like, I have all this yarn and I need to do something with it, and I have like one base color, like this color. It's
Mhm.
the
Yeah.
majority, and then I add in like whatever I have. So they're always scrappy looking. They're not like super uniform. So because I can't just do like red, blue, yellow, red, blue, yellow, red, blue, yellow. I like go nuts. I gotta.
So you have
I
all
gotta.
this base yarn you got to get rid of.
Well,
Because it's all
yeah,
about the base.
because
Okay.
people give me
It
yarn.
is all about the base.
Yeah.
And Ginger, I can assure you that yarn does not expire.
No, it doesn't. So I have a whole like half of my storage room is nothing but tubs, and they're all rainbow organized.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Sean, how do you feel about this?
My representatives tell me that it is best for me not to comment at this time.
Sean just is there to make sure the house is paid and Ginger is happy. That is it.
Listen, I felt that. I totally get it. By the way, Ginger, my wife has that exact same sewing machine.
Nice. Yeah, this is the straight stitch quilting one.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's
you'll need to
amazing.
teach my wife how to. My mom bought my wife a sewing machine for Christmas like 6+ years ago, still in the box. And she's like, I'm afraid to pull it out of the box and hurt myself. And I said,
But it's still
Oh.
good.
How do
Yeah.
you hurt yourself pulling a sewing machine out of the box?
knowing my wife,
Fair.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, that's
Fair.
Sean agrees with me. It happens. It can
Yeah.
happen. But yes, today's episode 27 of Fire Talk Radio. Please check us out on our website on firetalkradio.com. Email is firetalknetwork@gmail. Phone number, if you want to ever leave us a message, is 814-380-9820. And you can find us on all your whenever Jason decides to edit and let me post them.
He'll get to it. It's
Jason's
fine.
not here, so
He's very
I
busy.
have the right to rag on him because we do it to Andy when he is missing.
Andy's like, what? Wait a minute.
No.
Your face.
It's warranted. I'm missing more often than not. So it's understandable.
When Andy's missing, something always happens. I'm like, "Where's Andy?" Oh yeah, that's right. He had to work.
Dude, I'm telling
I
you.
know. It's fine.
Working is good.
No,
It's better than
we
the alternative.
completely understand the working. Speaking of working, you had a story you wanted to talk about work.
I did.
You did. We
Which
were going
one?
to talk about it last week, but then we ended up bailing.
Oh God, which story?
I think internet fell out.
Oh yes, the murder basement. Yeah, that's. So the building in which I work, or the campus really in which I work, is comprised of several buildings. We have a fiber line running into the building. It goes down into this is a building that was built in I think 1886. It used to be an old general store, so everything runs to the basement. There's like an old coal chute in there, and all kinds of, I'm gonna say, random stuff stored down there. I call it the murder basement. Because
Did you kill people down there?
no, I did not.
Okay.
Have people been killed down there? Possibly, but we'll never know.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say I do not know.
I mean, do you hear
It's
like
questionable.
ghost voices? In the basement?
No, it's you can't see anything except weird stuff. You don't really hear anything except for the furnace and random dripping noises, which you would expect in a basement.
And the
Sure.
pipes, when they warm up, go pop, 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 and they creak.
Yeah, there's
I
some
know
of that
I
exactly
shit.
mean,
what
you
that
sound like
sounds
you're
like.
hitting it right on the nail on the head with that one, Ginger, because his face was like, "Oh my god, she
Yeah.
knows."
Yeah, no, I've my dad's house has like furnace heating, so yeah, we'd be laying there at night, and friends would come over
Yeah.
to spend the night, and then it would be like pop, pop, creak,
Mhm.
pop, 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 pop,
I-
pop,
and-
pop,
and
pop,
you're-
pop, pop, pop.
When he
Yeah.
finishes
Then
with this
when it-
story, I've got a funny fiber story too. But
Yeah,
Oh,
so
no,
yeah, it would freak my friends out. They're like, "Oh my god!" I was like, "It's just a furnace. My house talks. It's fine."
Oh,
get out, get out.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's about it.
Oh, this gets better. So the fiber feeds into a network switch that's in the basement, which is not ideal. I have to reset it on occasion. Well, this switch decided to die. The unfortunate part is this switch is the gatekeeper to all of the other buildings. So, so
Is that why you texted me? Said, "Well, internet died. I'm going home."
yes, that's exactly what happened. After I had gone to all of the other buildings, which the other building has an even worse murder basement. Like it's a cellar. Like there is no light down there,
Yeah, most sellers.
and you got to reset that one to get it to go to the other buildings. Like I think that day total, I went.
Did you get your step intake done today? That day, like your steps in?
Oh, by far. And I think the count was 37 flights of stairs. Like it was ridiculous.
Oh, at least at least you got some leg day in.
So yeah. The problem became like the second murder basement. which is the one that the groundhogs like to be in. That's the worst one. Ugh. And it's like a dirt floor,
Holes.
heating unit, and over on this wall is just electronic stuff. And you got to know which box to unplug and plug back in order. It, basically, what it boiled down to is that switch decided to die. It's like, I'm done. It's got one port that works. That one port, luckily, is the one port that powers our mesh Wi-Fi network. So we can still continue to work. Good Lord. I spent probably 6 hours that day going and checking every network switch around that campus, and there's like 12 of them in different buildings. And, I hated it.
Like, why?
Well, I mean,
To me.
you're one of the very the only few people that are not remote at your company that you're at.
Yeah, I chose to not really work remote after a couple months because I hate, no offense, I hate sitting in the basement here and
No,
working
sure.
because that's my entire life. I'm in the basement now. This is my playroom. I got my Xbox right here. I'm
Where you
sitting
sit
don't
here
wanna
here.
among
work-
us.
You don't want to
it
work
just
where you play.
yeah, it just ruins the whole space.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Completely
But
do an office. It's just like I need a separate space with a door
yes,
so that I can
absolutely.
mentally check in and mentally check out.
absolutely.
And then he doesn't have to listen to the washer and the dryer.
Well, yeah, that's
I would have
also
to like not do clothes because
wash all.
we have a big laundry room and it was in the back, and I had to be like, okay, are we having a meeting today? And he goes, no. Good, because then I could do laundry. So it was on a conference call.
on a
With the blah, blah,
conference
blah, 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 blah. Yeah. So yeah, I had to like do laundry around like his
So when you
work
go,
schedule.
hang on, washers off kilter.
Yeah. Oh, it goes bang, bang, bang.
Sorry,
bang.
I'm not
Yeah.
wearing pants.
It walks.
So anyway, I promise a funny fiber story.
Okay.
Yeah.
Once upon a time, 10, 15 years ago, I was senior network engineer at the Franklin Institute. And, building was built in the 20s, so we've got all sorts of weird plumbing coming in for IT, including
Dude, I
good old-fashioned
totally
copper
understand.
lines. And
Totally understand.
so we decided, okay, we're going to join the 21st century, and we're going to get on the Sonnet Ring. We're going to swap out all the phones for digital. I mean, just this giant IT rollout to just bring us out of the Stone Age and into the
I
modern.
hate those.
We're gonna do power over Ethernet and all
Well,
that
we
shit.
didn't go that far. But what we did do is we made sure that we got one of those services that if one fiber link went out, because it's the city, fiber echoes, there was another link that would pick right up. About a week later, after we'd done
Those switches never work.
No, it gets better. We do the whole rollout. Internet goes out. Phones are out. Everything's out. And there's this puff of smoke coming around the corner. The idiots who put the Sonnet Ring in ran both lines through one manhole that just happened to catch fire 7 days later.
Oh, I
Nice.
knew exactly
The only
where
reason
you
we
were
were
going
able
with
to keep
this.
the museum open that day is because we had a DSL line left over that we could quick run the credit cards through.
Oh my god. No, that's exactly how
Oh my
we got around this is we hooked it up to the old DSL box that was still present. God.
I've been actually learning how to bend fiber with a little hand torch.
Mhm.
Fucking, that's a pain in the ass.
Yes.
Yeah.
You have to be
I
very,
think
very
I've
careful
burnt
with
my
it.
hand like a handful
I will
of
crimp
times
my own
just 'cause-
Category 5, I will not do fiber. Not that I can't do it. That is just you need everything just so.
Yeah,
And you won't
I
find out you're
figured-
fucked until you're way too late and you go that one extra meter and suddenly
Yeah.
no signal.
Yep.
No,
None
no,
of power now.
Oh no, I mean I've been just playing with it so I can learn it, so because I know eventually it's gonna be the normal to have.
Yeah, bending fiber is a pain.
I have
You know, it's a
I've
real
been trying to
pain.
learn how to splice.
Dealing with the-
Splicing fiber is harder than bending fiber
Yeah, by far.
because you got to cut it off, you got to seal it, and then you got to make the new attach. Oh, that's just like you got to make sure it all lines up, and it's like
I don't know. It sounds
I
like
still
Never
have
realized-
strokes
Why you
burned
wanna
into my
do that?
retina from checking to see do I have a signal or not, and finding out.
Yeah.
Oh, got a signal. Damn it! Ah!
Yep.
At least back in my day, they had the red lasers.
right.
Although
I mean,
actually,
don't
they were worse
I mean-
because your eye just wouldn't dilate. So
either my eyes out or I think I lost some of my fingerprints. So,
Oh, I lost
from
Fingerprints
mine
holding the
grow
one
back.
time.
glass. Fingerprints do not grow back.
Yeah, they do. They eventually grow back. Yeah, not
Mm.
all the way. Not like they were when originally when you had them, but they eventually will. Like,
They do,
Yeah.
depending
back.
on scarring. I can attest to that, having worked underneath cars for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do eventually grow back. And like Ryan's like, huh?
Yeah, he's like, wait.
Hold up.
I'm gonna take advantage of the no fingerprints right now.
Okay, well, I don't. So, Whoopi. Let's talk about Whoopi.
Let's talk about Whoopi. I do have the clip from what her original.
I think we're all familiar
Okay.
with it.
No.
actually, I have no idea.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't.
well,
No,
then
I haven't.
Go ahead with the
Yeah,
clip,
well,
man.
so-
I'm not up hip with the times and watching videos, so.
Well, suffice it to say, Whoopi got fired.
No, Whoopi got 2 weeks suspended. She returned.
Oh, did she? Oh, I thought she just
Yeah.
got straight up fired.
Nope. All right.
Oh, you know,
We'll
there's
get
like
into
some
that.
line in the contract somewhere.
No.
Well, it's Whoopi.
I'll get into that.
And let's
Here's
be
this.
truthful about it, because the Holocaust isn't about race.
No.
No, it's not about
maybe
race.
ethnicity.
Well, they
No,
consider
it's
Jews
about
a different race.
But it's not about race. It's not about
What
race.
is it about?
Because it's about man's inhumanity to man.
That's what she got suspended for.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, she's not wrong, but she's not right. That's kind of a losing horse to
Yeah.
to chain your saddle to. I would have
Yeah.
walked it back and said, okay, yeah, maybe it was kind of about race, considering, that's like the Nazis thing, racial purity and the
yeah,
whole
they
9
believed
yards.
That was what the Jewish community got on was, hey, yes, it actually was.
No, it most definitely was. I get where she's trying to. I get where she's coming from.
Yeah,
and,
it's
and,
like it's
and
both.
she's more trying to, I feel, address it as a problem with humanity's cruelty.
Well,
And I would also need to see more context in that conversation. How that was delivered is atrocious.
that was a little strong. That was a bit strong.
so she went on Jimmy Kimmel that night and was doubling down on it, saying that she believed it's not about race because she believed in it's black and white. It's what she can. That's how she was perceiving it. Is she was seeing it as how it was in the United States, where it was black versus white at one time, and in the United States' darkest time. And I understand that. That is unfortunately part of our history. But in the 30s, when we had the World War II, where she was perceived as white versus white, not white versus the Germans or the Nazis versus the Jews, because they believed that they were superior over the Jews. And I have a handful of friends who are Jewish who saw that and were absolutely disgusted.
Understandably.
Oh, yeah.
because they
I-
had
The
family
Holocaust
members
is one of
who
those
died.
things that it's the third rail. You just don't piss on it because there's no way
Yeah.
you're going to walk away from that conversation looking good.
you know, or
It's
in a
just
positive
not a good
way.
look.
Yeah, it's just.
There's
yeah, you
nothing
can
to
talk
add
about
to
it,
it.
but-
You know,
No.
just nothing.
No, she came out and apologized because she was not aware of how, I guess, the Nazis perceived the Jewish as a lesser race and apologized. ABC had suspended her for 2 weeks. And then she had returned and said that she was going to want to continue to have these discussions, but to do a little bit before having the conversation, in a sense. Well, I mean,
I mean, that's definitely a good,
I-
better approach.
and I
Yeah.
understand where like cancel culture is coming in, but it's like, oh yeah, we need to cancel her because no, I don't believe anybody should be canceled. Everyone should have their right to say how they feel.
Yeah.
I mean, Whoopi was just going by how she perceived it, and there's nothing wrong. Was she right about it? Absolutely not. Did she learn from her mistake and realize that she fucked up and learned from it?
Sorry, Mom.
Absolutely. Sorry, Mom. Sorry, Andy's mom. But-
So I can sorta see why, like, again, I would need more context to that clip. But yeah, that came across very tone deaf.
Let's
and
face
I-
it, she's a celebrity. I mean, this is
yeah.
this is a talk show, millions of eyeballs. She does this how many days of the week? You can kind of get a feel for this is going to play well. This is not going to play well, and this was way not in
Yeah,
the play
yeah.
well.
This was.
She doesn't have to be wrong. She just have to make. Yeah, there's millions of viewers and billions in advertising.
Yeah.
It's a very poor judgment call. Is what happened here? It's tone deaf. It's a poor judgment call. I
Is
honestly,
that show live? Is it live when you
Yeah,
watch it, or
it's
is it
live.
pre-recorded?
it is
Oh, okay.
live.
Nope, it's live.
If it was pre-recorded, yeah, it probably wouldn't have been shown.
Yeah.
I didn't know, so I don't watch that show, so I don't
No,
know.
I'm
Okay,
I've
thank
never. I was
God.
never a big fan of The View. I tried
well,
not to talk about The View, but when she did
And-
that, it was like, this guy, this has to get talked about.
They
'cause-
talk about some really inane shit. Like, sorry, Mom. Like they talk about some inane stuff. Like, oh,
they
Yeah, it's I've seen one or two parts of episodes, but yeah, no, I don't watch daytime TV. I've been binge watching Batman the animated series, so
hang on.
Are
Wait,
we
wait,
doing
wait,
a
wait.
talk show about somebody else's talk show at this point?
Yes, yes. That's.
Do we do like a third level of Inception
Oh
and then
my. Are we
Oh my
breaking through the
God.
fourth wall? Is that what's
Oh my
happening?
God.
it's like
And Ginger, you're not watching like soap operas. You're not watching Days of Our Lives.
my mom used to way back in the day, so I've
No,
seen
I'm
my
asking if-
fill of
I'm
Days of Our
I'm
Lives.
asking if you watch them.
No,
Okay, and you don't watch like the talk shows that start at like 4 p.m. Does that still happen? I don't even know.
I don't.
Wouldn't
know.
know.
I know Days of Our Lives is still on, but I don't watch any.
All right.
Soap operas are
Watch
still on.
Days of Our Lives the whole time I was growing up. Like every day from 1 to
When-
2, she had the TV. No ifs,
So
no
during
ands,
the
no
su-
buts. So.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
okay,
my
my
grandmother,
mother
I
used
would
to-
visit during the
ahead.
summertime. She has 2 TVs. She had one on one network and one on the other network, having 2 different soap operas running at the same time, and could tell you exactly what was going on.
Oh, my mother used to record from 1 to 5 p.m.
Yep.
She would have the VCR record Days of Our Lives. I forget what was on at 2 p.m. 3 p.m. was Guiding Light. 4 p.m. was Oprah. And she would
Well, General
program.
Hospital came on at some point during the day, but
No,
I don't,
she did-
I
she
don't
You
didn't watch
had
General
Young and the
Hospital.
Restless, and
Oh,
you
that
had
might have been what it was.
Bold and the Beautiful at the
And,
2 o'clock
and
slot.
Why
she
we
would
remember these things, I don't know.
she would set the
I don't want to
VCR.
remember these things. It's just it was because as a child I
Ingrained.
was around my grandmother the whole time was during the summer. And it was
Yeah,
kind of implanted.
it was
She
ingrained.
no, but she would set the VCR to record between those hours, and when we got home, we weren't allowed to
Touch the TV.
Oh,
we
you
weren't
couldn't
allowed to
touch
touch
it.
that TV.
Oh,
We had to go watch
oh
a
my
different
God.
TV.
I'm
And
impressed
then
that
and
she
then when
could
it was
program
done,
the VCR.
do what?
I'm impressed she could program the VCR.
Oh, we had to teach her. So
Okay.
when we would like after everything was recording and we could come, watch stuff, that would be we got like a half hour. And then mom would come home, take the VCR tape, rewind it, and watch her soaps. And immediately leave the room. But here's the but. She could
tell you
hear
what
it.
was- Yep. She could
She
tell you
could
exactly
listen
what's
to
happening.
it.
Yeah,
Yep.
and do other
So
stuff at the same time. Yeah.
and you were not allowed to fast forward that. Oh no.
You were not allowed to touch that. Bad juju.
Oh.
Oh man. But yeah, back to this. I think I understand where she's coming from. It was just really poor delivery. Like really, really poor
Oh, very
delivery.
poor.
Yeah. For an everyday person, not such a big deal. But when you do this for a living,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to be a little more cognizant of that of how you're delivering it. Which is why I constantly apologize to my mother. Just saying.
Yeah. I only apologize to Andy's mom. I don't apologize to my own.
Well, do you want to talk about it?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
No,
We're not going to talk
no,
about
yeah,
that.
we're
Okay.
not. Yeah, we're not even gonna touch that subject.
No,
Okay,
I don't.
got it.
I
I
know,
don't
but
talk
no.
to my parents anymore.
yeah, no.
'cause
Got it. Don't go.
My-
Okay. So
my-
what's next?
Well, all right. Let's go. This one really gets to me with the Catholic Church because I grew up in a Roman Catholic household,
I know about this story.
and it makes me go, huh? So
This
the
is
diocese
this is
of
are you
Phoenix.
serious story?
Yeah, yeah. The diocese out in Arizona, Diocese of Phoenix, states that the priest has to resign and void God knows how many baptisms due to the fact that the priest was saying I and not we at the beginning of the baptism. And that may
I think it was like 300 baptisms or something
It-
like that.
the story's thousands going back years,
It's
and I
not-
thought it was the
it's-
other way
they-
around.
they-
He said we instead of I.
they figured it out. It's been a couple decades as he's been doing it.
Wow.
Not just in Arizona, other churches.
So I'm not Catholic. But does that affect confirmation
Yes.
for okay.
It depends on who you ask.
If
And
you
the
ask
thing
a regular
is-
Catholic, probably not. If you ask a Roman Catholic, yes. You'd be amazed how there are very little subtle differences to both. It's
And it also
That's
depends
very-
on which priest you ask, honestly.
true.
Because there's a lot of dioceses that would have been like, it's good enough. But some of them just want to make people run through the mill again.
Okay.
Oh, he
So
ran through that guy through the ringer.
well, I mean he had to retire, right?
Resign.
Resign, sorry. But in all reality, and this will probably start a controversial discussion. Ginger, get your knitting ready.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't have it. I have to make
that's
said flag, but yes, I will.
that's fair.
Yeah.
But what does it really matter? Like, what purpose does it serve?
I
Like,
honestly
I
don't
am going.
believe it.
I'm going to
Well,
be
speaking
honest.
speaking as
I
someone who is an internet ordained priest, actually
okay,
minister.
okay.
Yeah, so I've got my
I
little I can do weddings card from the United Church of something or other.
I am somewhere between agnostic and atheist. So, it what does it matter? Why would the wording matter that much?
Well,
That a priest has to resign? Is it simply because he doesn't have the knowledge of the wording? Is did I honestly feel like when I read the story that there's something more going on, and something happened, and he was forced to resign. He was forced to resign on this technicality, other than something else. That's
the
how I'm reading it.
So the line that was swapped, he was saying, "I baptize you in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit."
It is
When it
supposed to
is
be
supposed
we.
to be, "We baptize you in the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit." I know. I was born into a Roman Catholic family. My dad's side of the family is from Sicily. That fucking just says it all right there. Um, Mass was like 2 hours long, and it was the utmost importance to be there. Um, the baptisms in there, going to the Catholic, if you are not baptized correctly in their eyes, you are not going to heaven. You are not. You're no. You are damned. Um, but the I don't understand why the wording,
so
if one
so
word swapped. I don't for I for we, or we for I. No, because it's him doing the baptizing in
Hmm.
the Lord's name. I don't
As
see.
an
I don't have
ordained
an
priest.
issue with it. Um,
yeah, so what we're on is the nice edge of how much of a stickler you're going to be. The problem being that the reason why people do the Catholic thing is because they are looking for the sticklers of sticklers. It's the I'm going through the motions, and
that
that
is
brings
very
me closer to godliness. And if somebody didn't do the motions right, the spirit of it doesn't matter, because the reason why it's a Catholic mass and not just a I'm going to do this Jesus thing is because they've been doing it the same way since Hector was a pup. And do they have to do it that way? No. But that's the brand. It's be like if you found a Gucci a Rolex watch and they had misprinted something on the dial. It's a cost them $5,000 to make, but it's not a Rolex if it's not perfect. That's the analogy I'm thinking I'm going with here on that. It's
Okay, no, I see where you're going with.
and
I just love the phrase. It's a Jesus thing.
I mean, if you go back to it, what did he do? He dipped you, whipped you, and sent you on your way. It's
Oh my God. Ryan, can that be the title of our show tonight?
He dipped you, whipped you, and sent you on your way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's write that down.
I need to write that down.
Yeah. Put that in the archives. That was awesome.
Yeah. I mean, I can definitely, because like we were just brethren, like different brethren churches, and they all do like a little bit different. But yeah, I was baptized, but honestly, can I remember if the pastor at the time, which I didn't like, um, when I was being dipped, I honestly don't remember if it was like, just in the name of the Lord or I or we or I don't even remember. So it was when I was younger. So yeah, I was like, I could see where people are all like, I haven't, oh God, the words weren't right. Oh, and they would feel like maybe they were cheated, that they went through all the motions and they did everything right. And, they want to be righteous. And then now I'm not. Yeah, I could see where people might be a little upset about that if that's what they what they perceived and what they wanted to get out of it. So I could see it both ways. But yeah, to me, I'm like, if you're the ordained minister or priest or whatever of your church or religion, they're doing the ceremony. So just like when you get married, it's all like, they're like, I, in the state of whatever, pronounce you, it's just.
I mean, it's like the allowable amount of rat shit in breakfast cereal. There is an allowable amount of
That
rat
is
shit in breakfast cereal.
absolutely true. Yes.
It's small, but and
There,
if I were in charge, I would just basically kind of write it up as, we know something went wrong, but everybody else went through all the motions, and we're pretty sure the priest didn't really mean anything by it. It was an error, but honestly,
the not damage, but for all intents and purposes, the damage has already been done for 30 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, you kind of can't go back. That's like too far. Like,
Well, and to put it into another perspective, you have to think that the Bible, other holy books that the Catholic Church utilizes for ceremonies and things like this have been translated how many hundreds of times into how many different languages, oftentimes incorrectly.
well, in our case, it's only been translated about 3 times.
Well, for an English version, yes, but when you go from Aramaic to Latin
no.
to Germanic to Russian to
Actually, most of the New Testament was in Greek,
oh shit, that's right. My bad.
and
Sorry, Mom.
some of the texts we know of were translated into Latin and then into English. And then a lot of the newer translations you're seeing are going back to the original Greek. Nothing was in Aramaic. The Old Testament was in Hebrew,
Right.
or forms of Hebrew.
Yeah.
But they pretty much came straight from Hebrew to English without going through Greek in between.
I believe Psalms was complete Hebrew.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay,
all
okay.
the Old Testament is Hebrew.
For anybody listening, what you just found out is Sean is incredibly smart. Just understand that from the get-go. No, I have been corrected. But what I have found is, or what my thought is there's a lot of different translations that may not be true to the original text.
Oh,
So
wait, you said
end up
original
with-
text. Oh boy, do I have some neat things that you don't know that weren't in the original text, like punctuation.
Go
No,
on.
Greek did not have spaces or periods, or
Well, Latin,
even
I
No.
took 3 years. I took 3 years of Latin. Latin has no punctuation, no spaces, no word order.
yeah.
It's
Well,
insanity.
so what would happen is Greek would just be a stream of letters,
Yes.
and it was up to the reader to interpret where word ended, where sentence ended, where verse ended. So where you see the things broken down in modern texts was literally a guy going through and adding, there should be a period here. This is 2 words. And the rumor is one of the more prolific converters.
Rumor has it. Sorry.
was actually doing this during a horseback ride between Rome and somewhere in Germany, and so some of the spaces and commas and periods were just that the horse dipped at that point and it marked the page.
Oh, yes, I've read that story.
I was watching something on National Geographic. They're at one of the temples in Egypt, and they were actually they found a hieroglyph where they were actually talking about the Bible, the original being transported. They were talking about it. I was like, oh, well, isn't that fucking interesting? The Bible made it through Egypt.
I mean, yeah, there's a lot of fun ancient stuff.
Yeah,
So I'm gonna turn this into something funny. I'm just gonna switch gears for here for a second, Ryan, and then you
You're fine.
you can dial it back in. You know, they found fossilized dildos in Pompeii, right?
Yep.
I'm just
Nice.
throwing that out there, just to give you a
Yeah.
smile.
Yeah,
Yeah.
another.
They realized the dildos
and some sex toys.
Yeah, lots of sex toys, and
Yeah.
and lots of Clavidius was here graffiti and stuff like that. So yeah, hey, this is your history podcast that you never wanted to hear.
Exactly.
Ryan, I'm glad I could put a smile on your face, buddy. Okay, so
Alright.
what's up next?
So speaking of schooling, so New York
We're going to talk
University-
about Pompeii dildos.
No, well, it would be more interesting than studying about Taylor Swift.
But now I need to know about the Taylor Swift thing.
There's essentially a college course surrounding Taylor Swift. I haven't read about it because I kind of refused to read about it.
I saw it and I was like, oh, so basically the class is covering Taylor Swift's life over the last decade of her starting in the beginning to now and her thought process and everything. But I'm like, how does that determine to be a class? I'm sorry, I'd rather go to school and study about Snoop Dogg than Taylor Swift. At
Oh.
least if I was doing Snoop Dogg, I learned how to
Sorry.
crip walk better again.
I'm skimming the article, and actually, this isn't the first time they've done this. They actually have had classes on Miley Cyrus and Beyonce.
Yeah,
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
this is
it's
kind of a
not
thing that
new
they
thing.
do as like a modern historical, which is completely not a thing.
And
sort
I'm
of.
gonna guess, and Sean, correct me if I'm wrong. Since you're reading the article right now, I'm giving you some time to read it. I'm gonna guess it's about lyricism because Taylor Swift is she's a superstar because she writes her own stuff. She didn't originally want to do that, but that's how she got her stardom. And Miley Cyrus
So,
had a writer.
it's going off the evolution of her
Musician.
businesswoman, entrepreneur, country singer, and pop sensation, according
Yeah,
to
so
Variety.
it's just like if you took a course on George Washington or Ben Franklin. It's just
Yeah.
that, yeah, usually a history class, you wait 50 years until the last person who knew anything about it is dead before you call it history.
But then you
Or at
could be
least the
like you
person
could
you're
put on your
studying is
resume
dead.
that you
Yeah.
took the Taylor Swift class, and maybe that might give you some brownie points. Now, if I open up a company, I'm gonna look for that. Did you take the
Well, I
Taylor
mean-
Swift course on your resume?
I see you've
mean,
read Jonathan
That's a-
Swift. Is he in any relation to Taylor?
Yeah, that's part of the you know
So,
the
Is there
the interview.
God, is there a syllabus for this course?
Totally.
Mm-hmm.
Is there?
And a
Can
wait
we
list.
put- okay, can we put up the syllabus?
How much does it cost?
I don't.
It's a
I can-
college
I'll-
course, dear. Too much. too much.
At least
I grew up in
$3,000.
Maryland where for a while that the cops had to have a 4-year degree, so a lot of them went and got basket weaving. So, I mean, I'm assuming this kind
Dog,
of
you can
falls
make a
in
lot of money off of baskets. We've already talked about this.
that.
All right, just for giggles, I'm trying to pull up NYU, see if I can find this class.
Yeah, I mean, if there's a syllabus, I'd love to see it. My guess is it's going to be about music and lyricism.
Yeah, where you learn about somebody. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean that's interesting because what? How many people do we learn about? Like
I
I didn't
can't-
know anything about Madame Curie until I married Sean. He goes, "Oh yeah, she was the one who figured out uranium and all this stuff." And I'm like,
Oh,
"Really?
Madame
Why
Curie
don't
was
why don't we learn about that in school?" No, it was all
Madame Curie was
men.
brilliant.
So yeah, I was like, "Wow, I learned all this stuff way better after school stuff."
And Madame Curie, she sacrificed a lot.
So yeah, it's like it's good to learn about different people. Yeah, I'm not downing the Miley Cyrus course, but now I need to, if I open a business, it needs to be like a qualification. Did you
Well,
Fun fact.
course?
Fun fact. Madame Curie was actually Polish. The last name was her
Mhm.
husband's.
But that was just an example of you learn about different people. So yeah, from
Well, no. Do you guys remember all the Polish jokes when we were kids?
Yes.
Yes.
And I will say this only one time. Dumb Polak jokes. Yes, there were a bunch of them. And I will never utter that phrase again
I
because
actually
that
grew
is
up with
offensive.
with another Ryan. His last name was Polak.
Well,
yeah,
if
no,
it's your last if
it's a last
if it's your
name.
last name, it's your last name. Then
Yeah,
that's the
no.
thing. I'm not gonna demean an entire nation.
Yeah, no. Just like everybody was like, "Oh, Ginger, have you heard this blonde joke?" Because I was blonde, and they were trying to get a rise out of me that it was going to offend me, and I'm like, "No, I actually find them funny because I'm the opposite of all of the blonde jokes." But yeah, people try to goat me into getting all hot headed about it. I'm like,
I mean, I've
so
got lots of blonde jokes, and my wife is blonde.
well, now it's
So is mine.
brown. Like,
Yeah. No,
turning, but
she God, several years ago. I think I've talked about this before on previous podcasts. She decided she was gonna become a brunette.
How'd that work out?
I didn't. She was like, just imagine that you're with a different woman, and I'm like, that's not how that works at all. Like, I fell in love with a blonde-haired woman, not a brunette. Like, it was like a whole conversation. I should not have ever talked about this. Cut this from the podcast.
It's getting a little hairy, so let's change the subject.
Yeah. So, Madame Curie, she was a blonde, right? Wait, is that what is it? Is that
I don't know.
what
All the pictures I see are black and white.
I have no idea.
All right, let's move on.
Yeah, let's move
So,
on to something more fun, and instead of me making an ass of myself, that'd be great.
Class on
You're
NYU's
fine.
course catalog.
I couldn't find it either.
I can find like a zillion news
Then
articles saying, "Oh, it's totally a thing," but they're like
It-
Ohio State and all that on the contact info for the article. I'm like,
Then it may not be an actual
might be an
thing.
urban legend.
Yeah, it might not be a thing. Okay, Ryan, fun stuff. Go.
So
I
We're
washed
gonna
my
talk
car
about-
today. That was fun.
Did it rain?
you worked hard
It
today?
did. No, I said I washed my car today,
Oh, that's right.
but I didn't. It rained. Sean called it correctly.
Hmm.
Oh, I was just gonna say because every time I get my car washed, it rains.
Yeah. That's why I didn't wash my car yesterday.
If my link would open, that'd be awesome. So Bank of America, dude goes in, to his bank, deposits check for $33,000. Gets said receipt and picture of copy check to find out said check after a couple weeks was not deposited in said account. Guy decides to go back to said bank. Bank mysteriously is now closed.
That branch or the bank?
That branch. That
Okay.
branch was closed. Goes to another bank. That branch is now closed. I guess gets online and finds the head hub in his area for Bank of America, goes there and says, we have no record of your transaction, while he is holding said receipts in said hand.
Okay.
I'm like, wow, that's just
That's
scary
just a kick
thinking
in
about
the pants.
Okay.
My thing is, like, if you take money to a bank and you have it deposited and it doesn't get deposited, how would you react?
Oh, I'd be
Okay.
livid.
Not well.
I would have
Okay,
words, many words, very silent words.
This was U.S. Bank?
The Bank of America, yes.
Okay, Bank of America. All right. I will say nothing about Bank of America. I will say that I do a lot of work with banks.
I don't think this was an actual Bank of America issue versus a teller issue.
Yes, this is not gonna be no. It, banks keep meticulous records, mainly because they are required to. But they also keep meticulous records because that's how they make money. So this is almost certainly, I'm gonna say, planned closures. Very bad timing for this poor guy, and human error and or greed.
So
Believe me, I look at bank data all the time. They
So
keep track
they
of
they were able to
everything.
resolve and locate said payment. So when the teller put the information in, it was a cashier's check. They made it out to Bank of America instead of the client's name.
That's illegal.
Yeah.
So that's why the processing kind of
Well,
was like,
yeah,
oops.
because that's illegal.
Yeah,
And
it's like theft.
Yeah, and I don't know how whoever did this thought they were going to get away with it. As you said, it's a bank. They keep records. Some guy's just not
Yes.
going to walk away because $33,000 out of my pocket.
Yeah.
It's like the J.G. Wentworth commercial. It's my money and I need it now.
Well, that's
No, it's I want it now.
that's
877
Two-
cash now.
that's two felonies right there.
Oh yeah.
Just right out the gate.
I remember an issue in Florida where Bank of America mistakenly messed up their records and foreclosed on these people's houses after they had already paid it off 6 months ago,
Mm-hmm.
6 months prior. And then so the people sued the bank. They won, and they were supposed to be paid so much money, and Bank of America was pushing off the amount to a later date to be sent. So they went in and seized the branch
Mm-hmm.
until Bank of America paid them.
And yeah, and that was a
That's how it
legitimate
works.
seizure.
Yeah.
like no, this is how this works. And they learned a lesson. In this particular instance, I find it interesting, uh, mainly because it's a $33,000
Cashier's check.
check.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's a pretty hefty sum. I could see
that
it taking a little bit to clear. I get that because they got to do all the, make sure the
anything
money is good.
over, depending on the size of the bank, anything over 3 to 5,000 is going to be automatically flagged. It's going to be automatically flagged for review and verification. So, how they managed to even like switch that and put it into wherever it went and it not get caught until this person said something raises all kinds of red flags. So that market president is probably in a minor fuck ton of trouble. Sorry, Mom, but that needed to be said. That market is in a whole lot of trouble right now. Holy crap. And that's probably why at least 2 branches have closed, because that would have been flagged from corporate immediately when you try to cash something like that. Unless 2 things: you are a private banking customer, which means you have a wealth threshold of X hundreds of thousands of dollars, or a corporate banking customer with a wealth threshold of X numbers of millions of dollars. So no, this is like it's real bad. Like
For
it's
somebody, it's real bad.
Yeah.
I'm happy it got, from the way everything looks, everything got corrected, but that's
It got
still,
resolved. Yeah. Oh, he was probably the guy
it's
was probably
still,
just fuming. He's probably like, okay, now I'm going to take my money out of Bank of America and put it
Yeah,
somewhere, like
absolutely.
under
I'm
my
closing
mattress. Yeah.
Yeah, I
I'm
would
closing
close
every
every account
account
with
I
their
got
mouth.
with you.
You had one job. One job.
Yeah, I'm closing every account I got with you. And Ryan, you are correct. It is probably going to fall on the poor teller that did it. And it may have been a clerical error. That's entirely possible. It's highly unlikely, but it's possible. But
That's a bit much.
yeah, that's
$33,000.
little suspicious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I'm dyslexic with numbers, so I will never work at a bank because I know I will mess up. I messed up counting the drawers at Petco, and I had to have another employee come in and count them to make
Oh.
sure it was straight.
Oh
So yeah,
yeah,
I
remember
did
that.
not like counting money at all. Like, it is not my thing. So yeah, I would
I
never
used to
put
have
myself in a
to
position.
help double check tills at Toys R Us, count tills when I was at CVS. That's never fun.
Yeah, I
That's
hate
He
fucking-
counting
counted tills
tills.
at Toys R Us. Meanwhile, he was playing with the Elmo stuff.
No, I was counting tills. She was
Don't
doing
lie.
whatever the fuck ever.
Don't lie. You played with Elmo stuff.
No, I fucking Ginger has
Ryan.
seen me take a
Ryan.
Tickle Me Elmo and chuck it across the store.
Ryan.
Oh yeah. We're like, pull.
Oh, even better.
Oh yeah, we got the
You can't
So 'cause
shotgun.
kids
You
would
can't,
open up
you
the
can't shotgun a Tickle
slingshots.
Me Elmo. Come on.
would open up the
Guys.
slingshots and we would take Elmo, send him, we like full send across the store into the wall. That and Furbies.
Okay, hang on.
We got away with so much crap.
No.
Oh,
Hang
yeah.
on. No.
If walls could talk in that store, oh my lord, I
okay.
could tell you some stories.
Can we talk about how creepy Furbies are?
Yes.
Yes,
Like, that
yes.
is that
I
basic?
can't
I
fucking
have
stand Furbies.
my original Furby, but yes.
Do you? Do you still? That hasn't learned yet another language?
Yeah, it's packed at my dad's somewhere, but I had one. Yes.
Sean, do you know where the Furby is?
No, it's at my dad's house. See, it's
Oh.
somewhere.
Sean's like, no, and it will.
Yeah,
Sean's
no.
like, I will bury
No,
that.
my,
fucker."
my ex-wife had a Furby, and we finally got sick of it, and we were like taking the batteries out. It's like, no,
Okay, wait.
don't like. And it was like,
I got a question. Why did you get sick of it? I gotta know.
we'd be trying to sleep, and the damn thing would decide to come on at night.
Oh no, I do have a Furby. I have the Chewbacca Furby upstairs, but it does
That's
not
even
have the
worse.
batteries in it. And Sean got it for me for Christmas. But it was one of the broken ones, so it never fully worked. So yeah, it would be in the dead of night. All of a sudden, it would just be like, but it tried to make the Chewbacca noise and couldn't. And then it would be like,
So,
and then it would go to sleep. And I'm just like, what the fuck is the noise? And then
so
it would go off during the day, and I was like, you know what? I gotta take the batteries out. If it worked normal, I would still like just have it out in the living room and
Since
chill
we're
with
talking
me.
about creepy
so
toys.
no, wait, hang on. So you had a miniature Chewbacca with heart problems.
Yes.
Yes, I have the yes, I do have the Chewbacca Furby
And
upstairs.
narcolepsy.
Yeah,
So
it never worked right, and
I
it made me
can't
sad.
stand the original.
You still
They
have
were
one?
creepy as
I
hell.
used to. Well, my
I
mother
wanted
has.
one, but I never got one.
No, my mother.
I've always
still
wanted to put a
has.
Black Sabbath cassette in just to see what would
Oh my
happen.
god. We were at the
well, what
store
happens is it
and
catches on fire.
they had just re-released Teddy Ruxpin. My wife, that's for the kid. I said, it
Wait,
will
they
be dead.
re-released Teddy Ruxpin?
They re-released
Are you
it when we
serious?
worked at Toys R Us, and they were like $100, $150 for fucking
Yeah,
Teddy
we
Ruxpin.
saw it at
Well, given
Walmart.
inflation, that makes sense.
Yeah.
We saw it at Walmart, and I was like, nope, don't do it. She goes, why? I said,
Don't do
the-
it.
one
will
time the
haunt
batteries
your
got low,
life.
and I left it on, and I fell asleep, and like the battery's dying, and it would just talk very fucking creepily, and I was
Hang on,
like, nope.
I gotta do this. It will haunt your life.
Oh yeah, it surely fucking did.
Kill your
Um,
Oh, hang on, I
parents.
can do that too. Yeah, no, those things were creepy as hell.
I was like, I said, and then as life progressed, Teddy Ruxpin, then Furby, and then
Everything
Furby's
else
the
now,
thing that
everything
Children.
else now that talks.
anything that would talk.
Oh my god, the Dora doll,
Automatically.
the Dora dolls. Oh my god, they were creepy as
The
shit.
what?
Sorry,
Dora
Amy's
the
mom.
Explorer.
Yeah, I usually don't curse, but I'm like, sorry,
Oh, you
Amy's
said
mom.
Dora dolls.
Dora the
Okay.
Explorer dolls, they were creepy. Oh my god.
Okay.
And then you know, because they speak the Spanish too.
Yes.
Woo,
They are
yeah.
bilingual. We're not gonna knock bilingual people, but
No, but I'm just
dolls
Hey,
the
who you
dolls,
sleep
though.
with and how? Not my problem.
Yeah, but the dolls though, ooh, you talk about like some creepy dolls.
okay.
Yeah. Power
Alright,
goes
so-
out and you're stuck in the section, and then you know you see the shadowy.
Oh my god.
Wait, are we talking? It moves around? What?
No.
Yes.
Yeah,
It's the
some of them
package.
did. Some of
Well,
them
the
did. They would
package
like,
will move.
yeah. You press the button and it does the demo, and it's like.
Yeah.
But we
Okay,
got
that's a-
Chucky dolls in, and we had to pull them off the floor at Halloween because
Oh my
we
God.
weren't supposed to sell them. But the company somehow we got Chucky dolls, but we had to we didn't even put them out on the floor. And every
Okay,
time I went in
okay.
the back room, there'd be like 5 Chucky dolls, and I'm like, really? Even though I never seen the movie, but I'm like,
Oh,
Don't watch the movie.
Me-
that will
me and
definitely get
I've
you
seen
in there.
Chucky's Bride of Chucky. That was hilarious.
so
Well, yeah, it was
so
made. It was meant to be hilarious. I got
one
a
of the
question.
managers, Mary, and I took 3 of those Chucky dolls for Halloween and hung them upside down from the
Yes,
rafter
I
above
remember that.
cash
You
register.
are a
Yes.
monster.
Yes, I remember that. Oh, like I said, me
They
and Ryan
were
got
up
stories
just
about
high enough.
creepy
You
dolls.
wouldn't see them in you would see the knife in the field of view, but you wouldn't see the doll unless you looked up. And
And of course,
we'd
once you
s-
caught the knife,
Yeah.
Hard pass.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, me and
So-
The head manager said they were not supposed to be. They weren't supposed to leave the box, and we looked at them and said, "We already wrote those dolls off for not supposed to have them. We can't sell them, so we use them."
So, we think creepy dolls are like a new thing. At the
Oh,
museum
Oh,
I worked at,
no.
we had a legit haunted device, and it was dressed as this little girl who would do a little poetry and sketch
Nope.
sailboats. It was
the
Maladart's
automaton.
automaton. But the thing is, when it's working, you're like, okay, that's kind of nice. But you've got to go back and look at the history of this thing. It goes back to the 19th century. Maladart himself threw himself off a bridge and was never seen again
Yeah.
after working on this thing. And then his patron picked it up and his house burnt down. And then the guy who, dug through the remains and found this thing and restored it killed himself.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah,
say. I
I w-
thought the guy that restored it killed himself.
And then, so our museum ended up with it somehow, and one of our guys worked on it for a couple of years, and then as he finished it, went to the shore and was never seen again. So all the mechanics are absolutely terrified about working on this thing because it's got a
the
history.
curse. Yeah, it's got
It's
the curse.
got a
It's got
history.
Yeah,
bodies.
that's
It's
a
got
hard pass.
bodies.
Yeah, they talk about it on that show, Not at the Museum.
So
There's
yeah.
a show, Mysteries at the Museum. There's a
Yeah,
whole
yeah.
show about like
I've
really
seen it,
cool,
yeah.
creepy stuff. Yeah, that was on there. But yeah.
So someone
just
pointed.
like,
Has everyone's seen the Aquaman movie, right?
No, I don't
Yes.
care. I could give two shits about
There
the
was a
Marvel
scene
universe.
in there where
That's
Aquaman
DC.
was swimming,
but-
and
but-
there's a picture of
It's
the
DC.
Annabelle doll in the background, just sitting there under the
Oh, are
ocean.
you serious?
wait,
I
where,
bullshit
what
you not.
scene?
F that.
I saw the
scene?
Annabelle doll, and I was like, nope, nope,
No,
nope,
pass. That's a
Wait,
hard, that's a
wait,
hard
where?
no, dog.
In what scene?
It was when him and Mira were going. They were just swimming, and it was at the bottom. I'll send you the clip.
Yeah,
Um,
I've seen it. We own it, but I say I've never seen Annabelle. Like I
I'll
said,
s-
when
I'll
I was
send the
younger, I
clip.
never watched horror stuff, so I haven't
no.
seen Annabelle.
Annabelle is very similar to the doll that Sean was describing.
Yes,
The
yeah,
automaton. yeah.
absolutely, yeah.
Yes.
So how terrified are we of internet connected dolls?
Never will own one.
Now I've had those leapfrog dogs, the little dogs that you hook up and then you can program it where it says like the child's name. But yeah,
Oh,
anything
okay, yeah, I know
past
what you're
that,
talking about.
I'm
We have
I'm
one
good.
thing in this
Scoot,
house
that's his name. But
that-
no,
that- that's-
Scout is name. But yeah,
that's connected to the internet. That's our freaking thermostat. Okay, maybe the Apple TV.
yeah, that's
Well,
why we
and
don't
your
have
That's
computer.
it.
Alexa.
No smart anything.
That's why we don't have Google. We don't have Alexa. We don't.
No Siri.
Nope. My Siri is off on my phone. I don't talk to my phone. I'm like, nope. Sorry, Siri. Nope.
Oh, my wife talks to my phone, and I go, please don't do that. It's gonna try to learn things, and then it's just gonna get
My
real
wife
confused.
only talks to her phone to learn how to spell words.
Oh, I check Google all the time and type in, how do you spell this?
Lord.
Oh no, she'll ask Google, "Hey Google, how do you say this?" Or "How do you spell it?" And it'll spell the word
Please
out.
stop
and
saying
she-
that, Ryan. We have listeners that may have this on open speakers, and now their entire house is going.
Yeah, I know. I
No.
said the word. I was a crap. I said it. I'm like, I'm sorry.
Don't say.
Hey Alexa, buy 2,000 pounds of cream corn. Confirm.
That
Hey,
actually
Google,
happened.
Please. Never gonna give you up.
Oh, please don't. Really? You gonna rickroll people? All
Why
right. What's next? We got one more because I gotta wrap up.
No, that was it.
And let's not rickroll people. What's the
Let's
matter
not.
with you?
No, we're just no, that was it. I didn't really have much lined up.
I even sent you an article. You're like, you're
No,
gonna
you
find
didn't.
an article. Yeah, I like I said, I was just like
I never said anything. Don't worry about it.
the relevance. No, I just thought it was like I don't talk about sports stuff, but I just wanted to get people's opinion on what
Sports.
the new Redskins team, even though it's not
Oh.
Redskins anymore. I'm part Native
Okay,
American, and it does
listen,
not offend me. But
I have a strong opinion on this. I
Was
have
it?
a very strong opinion on this.
It's the Commanders,
it's called
Yes.
they're the Commanders, and I'm all like, I
and
don't
it's
how
now
people
it's
feel
everyone
about
has
it.
already said it's going to be the Washington Commies. Everyone's already shortened it to the Commies.
So I've got a very legitimate question about this. Why didn't they go with the Sentinels?
Because there's a bunch of other Sentinels teams, and they couldn't get the trademark.
Correct.
And not in the NFL.
It's not just the
Listen,
NFL. It's
Yeah.
listen.
when you
So
go for
here's the thing.
trademark.
You've got a football team in DC that makes a minor crap ton of money. You've got a movie called The Replacements with Keanu Reeves surrounding the Washington Sentinels.
Yes,
Trust
that's one
me,
of the reasons right
they
there. 'Cause
could
it's-
have gotten it. They could have
Dan,
100% gotten it.
I
And I'm like, what?
I
The
will- I will
list
say
was
this
doing?
funny
flat out.
though.
I-
The list was funny of all the names that they thought about.
The Washington tugboats. That was.
Was
It
it
was in the
Admirals?
article, but
Football,
Oh.
McFootball face.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that would have been great.
yeah, that would have been
Yeah.
a Bodie McBook.
Washington Bodie, big blah blah. Yes,
Yes, Bodie blah blah. Perfect.
it's been a long day.
Schneider, the fact that he only reason why Schneider even gave in to changing the name is because FedEx stated that if they didn't change the name, they were going to pull their funding from the stadium. I was like, oh, I mean,
Oh no.
Oh,
I mean,
there's like lots of-
Verizon's right there.
They
Verizon
will
would have
get
taken
another-
over that
they will get
stadium.
Oh, I
another
know, they
sponsor
would have
real
taken
fucking
it.
quick.
yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but I just thought it was all. I was like, when I heard that, I was like, the Commanders. I was like,
I'm
it
thinking,
doesn't
do they wear
anything for
underwear?
me. Like,
Oh
it
wait,
doesn't
that'd be
do anything for me.
Commandos.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Oh,
just
that would have
like,
been even better.
I was kind of let
Yeah.
down.
Like they don't wear jock straps. They're like the only NFL team that doesn't wear jock straps.
Yeah, it was kind of a letdown for me. I'm like, really?
I'm not.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm Native American
They
and
should
I
have just
wasn't
stayed
offended.
the Washington
so...
football team. I was happy with that. It feels like the
Yeah.
old Tecmo football days when it was when they did it.
Technical, so awesome.
Tecmo football.
It's like the
Take
old,
me back.
It's
Oh.
like the olden Nintendo days when all you needed was Bo Jackson. That was all you needed.
Yeah.
Shotgun punt.
No,
Shotgun punt.
that's when you fucking took the ball and you ran to the complete opposite to the opposite touchdown and go, haha, and then chuck it for a touchdown at the other end of the field. And like,
Yeah.
yes, 100-yard pass. Fuck you all.
Yeah. All you needed was Bo Jackson and Walter Payton. That's that you're done.
Right? I was like,
No, I think that it. Okay.
It's okay.
Just-
It's an okay name. Like it doesn't thrill me, but it's okay. But I was kind of let down. I'm
oh,
like,
it's just going to be
Well,
made
let's-
fun of so much.
Let's look at it from a branding perspective. One, you don't want a mascot of a football team to. You don't want that name to be that long. One, it's just. Let's start with length of the name. That's a little too much.
yeah, Redskins was 2 syllables. Redskins, super easy. Get too many
Oh,
syllables
but
in
half
there,
the time,
it makes it longer.
we called them the Deadskins.
Yeah. Okay. So
like I said,
then
I don't watch. I don't follow football, so
now, so now that you've changed the name and the mascot, and now you have to change the branding. Okay, so what's the mascot going to be? Are the colors going to change? How
No,
much?
colors have to stay the same.
Okay, cool. Colors aren't going to change. How much money is it going to take to change branding on the football stadium?
Again. They've
all
already
the
done it once.
uniforms, all
Like,
the
it's-
merchandise,
It's
all the
ridiculous. It's ridiculous. They should have just left it as Washington football team, because a lot of people actually really like that.
Except for the
Like-
people from Oregon. I'm sorry, the people from like Seattle, because they
Washington
have a
State.
Washington football team.
You would. Who gives a shit?
The people from Seattle.
No one
That's
gives a
great.
shit.
They're not in DC. It doesn't fucking matter. Sorry, Mom.
You know what's great is that it's a
thought it was
Washington D.C. football team, but they play in Maryland. Their stadium is in Landover.
Listen, nothing about the NFL makes sense. How did you guys
That's
like
true.
the Super Bowl?
I enjoyed it.
Because I'm not. gonna lose my
Since
shit
when
on
is
this.
the game better than the commercials? Huh?
Oh,
Since
the
when?
The commercials were.
Oh, the
Oh,
only
the
one
cute-
I actually enjoyed was the Doctor Strange one. That was it.
I mean, the
I,
only
I
one.
know I
You know,
missed.
cancel
I missed
culture
a
is
couple.
trying to go after Snoop Dogg for having a joint before going on stage.
Nobody's going after Snoop Dogg for having a
No.
joint.
Absolutely not.
No one in our generation is
that's
gonna
like
fucking go
public
after
knowledge.
Snoop Dogg for having a
Like,
joint.
we already knew.
We'd be, if he didn't go on
And he
higher
smoked
than a kite,
There's
we'd be
something
like,
wrong. What's
Okay,
wrong?
Snoop, are you
and
feeling
there's
okay?
Also, there's also he's in a state where it's legal, so
It's not legal to
Shut
smoke
up.
inside the stadium. That's what
and
people were getting at, and I'm like,
okay. Dog,
Have you- the man is wearing
you wanna
Crip
tell me
blue
you-
and throwing gang signs while he is Crip walking on top of a trailer.
okay. You want to tell me you're gonna walk up to Snoop Dogg and tell him he can't smoke weed inside of
fuck
this
no.
stadium in California? Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
No, I'm not gonna do that.
Dude, I
And
want his
also, I
his
don't
his.
give a shit about the halftime.
He has a
show.
guy who he pays to roll his blunts. I would fucking love to have that job. I'd sit there and roll.
There are
blunts all day.
machines that do this.
No, he has a guy who hand does it.
Okay.
Pays
I
him,
mean,
he
he's
pays
got
him
the
a
money to
great
pay for it.
salary and benefits. I'm like, I need that job. I need that job.
I mean, he's got the money to pay for it.
And then the QR code commercial. We didn't get up and
That was
scan
my
our screen. Did you
That was my
scan it?
favorite commercial.
Did you get up and scan it? I didn't, but
I did.
was-
I did.
And then it
No,
didn't even
it's
work.
it's a crypto commercial, but that was my favorite commercial because I saw it happening and I knew that it was going to be the online meme of this is going to go around the screen and hit the corner perfectly. Like you knew this was going to happen, and it was unsurprisingly the least popular commercial.
Oh my god!
I can't remember very many from them, but I don't watch TV, so I literally do not watch commercials. But I thought the one with the babies, the two people come up and it's the baby and he's the coffee cup and he's leaning against the stump and he's
Oh,
all
yeah,
and they come up to approach and be like, "Oh, you got to come back." He's like, "No, dude, I don't do that anymore." And then they're like, "Oh yeah, they're starting to do their trading with blah blah." And he's like, "Pfft." I just thought that was the
Oh my
cutest
God.
commercial. And at the end, he's like, "Yeah, good to have you back, dude, buddy." Eyes on the road, and they're flying the airplane. I was dying. That was
Oh
it
my
was the
God.
cutest commercial. I was like, that I like that one, even though I don't know what they were.
Me and
Whatever
my
it
wife
was
watched
about,
that
but it
one.
was
We
cute.
were like, "What the fuck is actually going on in this commercial?"
You don't worry about it.
But I thought it was
That's
cute.
all I can tell you.
But and then I was kind of like horrified about what was the Bud commercial with the horse with the
Yeah.
Clydesdale and how they made it fall, but it probably didn't really fall. And I'm like, that was not cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
that one
I
was-
didn't-
Yeah, the
It
Budweiser
was a bit
commercial
much.
that was off.
Yeah, I was just like, I missed some of them because I had to go tuck the boys in bed. So I did miss like a handful.
Nah, towards the end,
the
you
game
didn't.
was okay, but I don't know
I
anything
did
about
enjoy the
football, so
halftime
Sean
show.
told me. I liked it.
Oh,
for what it was.
The halftime show was awesome. Fuck-
I felt
okay,
bad because
okay,
everyone's
listen.
fat shaming 50 Cent. I'm like, the man's 50 years old now. He
You
can look like a fucking refrigerator box upside down if he wants to.
Oh, I wondered who that was.
Those-
I
okay,
I don't follow like
Hang on,
R and B
hang
and
on.
like rap and stuff,
Yeah.
so I only knew like Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg and
So
Eminem, thank you. The other
let-
two, I'm like, I don't know these
I knew
people.
all of them, but the one that was, I forgot his name now, but I knew all. I got Mary, Snoop, Dre, M, and 50.
okay, so let's put this in perspective. So one, this is the first Super Bowl in a very long time that has been in LA. Um, two, okay, let's address the 50 Cent thing. 50 Cent has always been a big dude.
Oh no, he's
Like
always
50
been
Cent has never been small.
no.
People trying to fat shame 50 Cent.
Yeah, no.
You might want
Still,
to
long time ago.
yeah, you might want to back off of
Oh no,
that.
I thought I thought he
Let's
actually.
talk about fat shaming a guy that got shot 9 times. That's probably not a good idea.
Yeah.
Also,
I mean,
dude
his performance
still
was great. I mean,
looks
he's still.
healthy as shit.
He doesn't. I mean, the thing is, I mean, yes. So what? He gained a little bit of weight. We all fucking gain weight when we get older.
Yeah.
It
It's
happens.
a fact.
Except me, I apparently
I
I'm-
wish I would
I'm
lose
weird.
my weight. Good lord. But in the end, I mean, it was
doesn't even
all.
matter.
It was a great overall show. I really was waiting for the full version of California Dream, though.
Oh no, they're not going to be doing that. No,
Oh.
it's too long. They're not going to even.
Well, I
start
was
it.
waiting for them to have the to do the hologram Tupac.
Oh,
That's
that
what I
would
was
have been
waiting for.
awesome.
That
But
would've
they
been-
didn't. They didn't have enough time for that.
Oh, you really think if they go, hey, we're gonna do a hologram Tupac, that they're gonna be like, yeah, we'll let you do it, because that show, even though none of those artists get paid to do that show, it's all exposure. So they let them do.
No, actually, they get paid for that.
No, they
Yeah,
don't.
They get paid a
do.
lot for that.
No, they do not.
They
I'll pull
totally
that
do.
contract. They actually
No,
none
they-
of the
they-
artists for Super Bowl actually get paid.
A lot of times, no, Ryan's actually right on this. A lot of times the artists have to pay money for that. It's the production crews that get paid. The artists a lot of times don't.
I liked
Um,
how they covered the field and it was the print of the overhead of the city.
Yeah,
I
Yes.
thought that was cool. I was like, that's cool. And it protected the field, obviously, but I was like, that's a nice touch. That pulled it all together.
so
I liked that part of it.
yeah, that part was amazing.
Yeah, I was
and
impressed by
apparently,
that.
apparently the set was amazing.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll get to that in just a second. And then after we're done with this section, we need to wrap up because it's getting a little bit late. Mary J. Blige, amazing performance from her.
I think she should have done one of her other hits for her second song.
I don't agree with that. Like,
I didn't know any of their songs, so I thought they were great.
I just thought it brought down more. I'm not saying it's not the second one is a terrible song in its slightest form of it. I believe just the way the mood was, and
okay, yeah, I can agree
Choice?
with that. I can
I
agree with that.
believe-
It brought the tempo down.
it
just
brought
a
the
just a
tempo
little.
down.
Yeah.
It brought the speed down, because you look at what Snoop and Dre were doing, and then goes right into Mary J. Blige, and then it goes into 50. They all had up, and then
Up-tempo.
Eminem goes right into Lose Yourself. That was it for him. He didn't even do any other ones.
So here's what I'm gonna get at. You got Mary J, you got 50, you got Dre, M, Snoop, What I,
Just
what
like
I
being in the
found,
background of everybody. I think they Dre and Eminem should have done Forgot About Dre.
yeah. So what I found the absolute most impressive that is something I never knew is that Drake can play a grand piano.
Yes,
Holy crap. That was so impressive.
that man has the greatest talent when it
Oh
comes
my
to all
god.
musical instruments.
And you know for a fact he's the one that produced the damn show.
Yep.
So
He did an
we are
interview. He had they brought in his full mixer. That was him actually mixing
yes,
the whole thing the whole time.
fucking impressive.
Yeah, I wondered if like the
Sorry, Mom.
mixer was like if it was just for show or he was actually mixing. I was
No.
gonna
Nope, he
ask
was
that.
actually
No.
sitting there moving the levels, turning the dials,
If Dre's
paging the
on it,
beats.
nah. If Dre's on a mixer, it's not pre-recorded. It's not happening. It's not how he does it, and it's not he.
I think this is
He
the
has
only.
explicitly stated if I'm on a mixer, if I'm on a mixer, that's live.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
He stated before Super Bowl. He stated after the Super Bowl that he did not want to do like all previous shows
Mhm.
where it was all lip synced the whole
Yeah.
time.
he didn't want to do. like,
They had backtracks playing, but
Sure,
they were
yeah.
100% live. They were doing it as a concert,
Mhm.
hands down. Granted, it was
So-
a short concert, but it was a
Yeah, I know. I
concert
thought it
and
was going to be longer, but I mean, like I said, I liked it. Not being immersed in rap
My
and
kid watched
pop
it.
and stuff
like,
like that.
I
But
don't,
it was
I don't
good.
understand why you know all this. I'm like, kid, you have. This.
I don't understand why you know all of this. Cause I'm old.
Yes, right.
Welcome to my world, son.
Be like, how old are you? Almost 10? Like, come on.
Yeah, no, right.
Dog, you know, puppy, what, Paw Patrol. Like,
Yeah, right.
come on, dude.
Minecraft, Fortnite. Yeah, no.
Oh, they still play Fortnite? That game's
My son
toxic.
does play Fortnite.
Ugh.
Yeah, wait. The
Oof.
boys get to play it like at other friends' houses, but we don't have Fortnite.
It's bad.
My kid plays it on the Switch. Whatever.
All right, so do we want to try to wrap this up?
Yeah, we can
Do
wrap
you,
this up.
or do you have another
No.
another topic you want to talk about?
Well, I
I
mean,
mean,
Because
we
I'm
can
not-
talk about
if-
my stress on a rabbit.
if anybody's ordered Porsche or VW, apparently they're very hot commodities. As in, a ship full of about 4,000 of them is currently burning to the waterline in the Atlantic.
Nice.
Go on.
Wait, what happened? Wait.
I am
So wait, is the boat's
up.
on fire?
The boat's on fire,
right
Like
now.
right now.
like right now. Yeah, they
Alright.
evacuated the crew. They're bringing a tug out. It's out in the
I
middle of
don't-
this.
I don't think the tug is going to help with a fire.
No, but the idea is to bring it in somewhere where if it sinks or line, it's not going to drift all over the
If
place.
it's already burning to the water line, it's going to sink.
Yes,
Well-
God.
Right now, it's basically
Beep.
a giant parking garage full of burning cars.
Of Porsches and Volkswagens.
Yeah.
Why are Porsches and Volkswagens on the same ship?
As
Actually-
of 1 hour ago, it was announced there's 1,100 Porsches and other luxury cars adrift while said boat is on fire.
It may sound crazy, but VW actually owns Porsche.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, that's right. Sorry, I forgot about that. My bad.
See, the more you know.
Yeah, I
There's
totally
lots of
forgot
things
about
I
that.
don't know.
Yeah.
So
I didn't even know this. This is nuts. I linked it. So
Yeah,
a mammoth cargo ship with 22 members are currently abandoned the boat. It looks like they evacuated
Uh-huh. Where is this again?
off the
right off the
Azores.
coast.
And
Off the what?
it's off the Azores, which is off the African coast. It's a Portuguese set of islands.
Yeah.
It's
Okay,
so it's on the
you're
eastern
talking
Atlantic.
Okay.
Hey, they have a tracking website for this vessel
Oh
finder.
man.
Oh man.
That it's real bad if they've already made a website about it.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh.
another funny video that Sean was watching. I was doing something and I came in. I'm like, "What are you watching?" He goes, "It's this like like people do YouTube and how to fix their car, like tips and things like that."
Okay.
It was a muffler, a legit whole muffler held on with like duct tape and wire ties.
And put
Like
together
zip
with plumbing splices, and
I was just
I'll have to
like,
find that again.
We always
Here's
just
the
use
boat.
wire hangers.
yeah, the wire hangers. I get
Yeah,
that.
we always
That-
just use wire
but
hangers.
but it's all
All right.
like he's all like, yeah, and you need it in a pinch, wire ties or zip ties. I was just like, I was floored. I was like,
zip ties are gonna melt real quick.
I know. I was just like,
You don't want to use zip ties.
yeah. The video was so funny though. I was just like, that was random. So yeah, it was
All
another
right,
funny video.
so
Yeah, so legend has it that it might have been one of the hybrids they have, because they have like freaking huge batteries,
yeah,
and
Little
once they
lithium.
start lighting,
it
there's
got
no
punctured.
putting it out.
It might have got punctured. Yeah. Ooh, that would be bad.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah,
like,
so
"Oh,
the-
we gotta go."
Oh, yes. Hello, folks. Let me welcome you to my lithium fire. It's not gonna go great.
Just be careful
Man,
not to breathe
the
in the
cloud of
fumes.
smoke on that boat is
What color is
I
the
think they've
smoke?
elected a new
it's
pope.
white.
Is it light?
Yeah.
Oh, that's definitely that's a battery fire. No, that sucks. Because as soon as the heat hits the other, oh yeah, that's battery fire. As soon as the heat hits the other cars that have batteries, that's not going to go well at all.
Man, and you can imagine the smell of all of that like burnt leather and Oh.
If I'm near that boat, I don't give a crap about the smell. I want to not be near that boat.
but you can just like imagine the smell.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I don't want to imagine that smell.
Ryan, how many electrical fires have you smelled in your life?
No, but I'm just saying,
A
like
few.
that.
Yeah.
I'm one of those people that I don't know.
Phew.
Like if I have something, and it could be like a random object, I'll be like, I gotta smell it. Like I don't know. I'm weird like that. I'm one of those weird people.
She was
that-
fun when we toured the Phosgene factory.
John, can you like start discouraging her from doing that? That just seems like a terrible idea. Like,
There's
oh,
other
hey, what's
people. It's
this?
not just
I'm gonna
me
sniff
that
it.
like. Well, yeah. There's just certain things like you smell it. Like
No. There's a point where
well,
you
yeah,
go.
not gasoline. I don't
I'm not
huff
gonna
the
put this
gasoline
up
or
to
the
my
markers.
nose.
Okay, but
Oh, what's this? I'm gonna sniff it.
I remember.
hey, it's
getting
better
home
than some people.
smelling
Some people
salt
taste it, so
and-
I'm not that bad.
and
Well,
drinking my
yes,
cousin.
there is a certain rule in life where there are certain things you shouldn't lick. There is also
Like
a rule in
windows
life
and
where
shopping
there's certain
carts.
things you shouldn't sniff.
Can you
I'm
lick
just-
based on the science? Genetics? No. Unless you're using cheek swabs. Chemistry? No! Archaeology?
But
Perhaps?
what about tutu?
Might be human bone. You don't know.
tutu
Geology.
tops?
Sometimes needed, sometimes dangerous. Psychology? Physics? How? Zoology, science licks you.
I love the fact that we're keeping Sean. We're keeping Sean. I love the fact that he understands exactly what I am talking about.
So we're firing
I-
Ginger and
Hey, I
replacing him.
made,
No, we're
no,
keeping
I
them
made
both.
Ryan
We're doing
laugh,
both.
so that was my.
All right.
I made Ryan laugh, so
I love the now and Sean and I know exactly what you're talking about, the physics. Maybe?
How would you do that?
Can I?
No, it's not can I, it's should I.
No, with physics, it's can I.
Yeah, this is true.
But to Ginger's point, don't lick stuff. Do we want to
Yeah,
close
yeah.
this out?
Yeah.
Don't try to leave it on a good note.
Eventually.
Yeah.
Eventually.
All right.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining flight number, what is it, 27? 27, I think. I don't know. I lost track of time. I really hope that you have been able to hold on to your luggage. Flight attendant will be around to bandage your wounds. We will be on the ground shortly. Thank you for flying with Fire Talk Radio.